So JD has absolutely wrecked Disney on record, noting that as far as Pirates of the Caribbean goes, he would never, ever return to that franchise. Whether it's $300 million, a million alpacas, nothing under this earth or on this earth would ever get me to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film. Now, he puts the company on blast for other things, too, and you and I, we are going to talk about that today. Oh, man, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh, man, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. I hope you are doing excellently, and this ended up being pretty big news, to the point that it actually trended on Twitter. You can see it right here, Pirates of the Caribbean. Over 5,000 people were talking about that, and that's right when it kicked off, and you know what? This is actually important. Now, the reason that's important is because of this thing called hope. And hope, it is a crucial thing to hold on to, but also it's a dangerous thing. I mean, people, they hope that JD is going to return to Disney. He's going to return to Pirates of the Caribbean. And that leads to a lot of manipulation with folks saying, hey, that's just around the corner. And that's not true. You can see that in JD's own statements. I mean, listen to this here. Listen. I was involved in the 5 films in that series of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was very lucky to be part of that, and I was very happy. I'm still happy that I was part of that because I have a character that has made a lot of people smile and happy, and that gives me great pleasure. So he always says something positive about the fans or the consumers. That's important, but then you get to the but statement. But when these people who have made upwards of 4, 5, 6, 7 billion, $8 billion on a ration of films that you've done for them, and your character is on a ride in Disneyland in 3 different spots, and in Shanghai and in Orlando and all over the place. I found it fascinating that not one call. He's telling you right there, they didn't bother to call him. Not one call. Nobody was man enough to give me the boot. Based on allegations, and that's an important distinction to note. Allegation without substantiation. In fact, if you look at what the police have to say, they say that no crime actually took place. I mean, that should say something, especially when the person that's pointing the finger, well, they've been arrested for the thing that they accused someone else of. And it continues, but it was still okay to leave the words here I've redacted them a few times. It's wife and rhymes with Walmart greeter on the rides. And it's still okay for them to sell merchandise of the supposed wife rhymes with Walmart greeter. And they still sell action figures of the supposed wife rhymes with Walmart greeter. They haven't taken me off their rides. So I would say that something's rotten in the state of Denmark. That's actually a very good point that's brought up too. They're still selling the merchandise of that character. They still have rides out there. You know, they feel comfortable enough taking that money. They're saying that nothing transpired, but at the same time, they used that, and they used it in a way that just, it is so nasty when you think about it. Then a question comes in. The question asks, do you know for sure that you're not going to be part of Pirates 6? That's an important question, too, because you have rumors that come out all the time. Looking at you, you've got that covered. Yeah, they love to put out rumors all the time that he's going to be involved. Well, he says, nah, that's not going to happen without question. So he knows for a fact that he's not going to be involved in that. That should shut down all rumors, like I've been saying forever now going forward. Then he gets to his feelings about Disney. And you know what? If I had made them $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 billion like he notes, and I had been treated that way, yeah, I would sound just like this, but probably a lot angrier. Right now, he says, based on everything, if they came to me with $300 million and a million alpacas, nothing under this earth, on this earth would get me to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film. Now that response, it's very understandable too, because you not only had the company unceremoniously dump JD behind the scenes, again, as he said, they didn't call him back, but they kept on using his name, they used his likeness and on, but also they threw in with that certain Aquaman starlet when they were subpoenaed. You can see the subpoena right here. It's talking about wanting any type of communications, anything that he ever did on set, anything they'd ever heard of at all. And like I said, Disney, they were more than down with the accusation until, of course, that certain Aquaman starlet, they started threatening them with litigation. They started threatening them to take them before judges. Then they weren't happy about it. But before that, well, it looked just like this. More importantly, that certain Aquaman starlet's previous counsel stated to Disney's counsel that they did not want or expect all documents in Disney's possession. During negotiations over the scope of the subpoena, it became clear that their strategy was to show that Disney did not have documents showing a linkage between that certain Aquaman starlet's public statements and JD's career, so to minimize her damages, aka we got rid of him for any other reason at all, but it never had anything to do with that person, and they were down with that too. Even more insultingly, Disney said that they have no vested interest in the outcome of this case, so they unceremoniously fire somebody because of allegations without substantiation, and then deny that had anything to do with them whatsoever, but it did have an interest in minimizing the resources it expends in responding to third-party subpoenas. After multiple telephone and email conversations between counsels over the course of several months, Disney's legal staff interviewed key document custodians and reported back to that certain Aquaman starlet's counsel what documents were readily available. That counsel, they stated that those documents, they would be sufficient. So again, Disney, they're not only getting rid of somebody, but they're gaming behind the scenes, while again pretending it doesn't impact them at all. Now, the beautiful thing about that decision, too, is it doesn't just cost them an actor or even a franchise, because again, there is no Pirates of the Caribbean without JD, but also they end up getting burned by this decision with that Aquaman starlet saying, hey, I'm going to end up suing you if you don't give me what you want. They say they got played. They had a classic bait and switch played out on them. This stuff, it was trivial. They ended up before a judge because of it too. I mean, yeah, that says exactly what they got. And really, in my opinion, they got what they deserved. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work, so thank you. Can't say that enough. Want to help out the channel, by the way, there are links in the description. We could always use your help. But you being here, that's the most help of all. So thank you. Appreciate you. Ending here. Thank you again. See you soon.